Oh,
I
yeah,
apologize.
such a pity. Such a pity. So we'll have to find another moment where you can share more. It was so
Okay.
beautiful what you shared, Annalise. Really.
Well, yeah, okay.
Yeah, yeah. We're not hearing
It's
you right
Oh,
now.
you muted,
Next
Annie.
time you can just put a button on. It doesn't matter that you disturb. It doesn't
Yeah,
disturb
but you
really.
were in the last two sentences, so it felt like let's not, let's just nourish your share.
it's recorded. It's recorded in the heart.
Absolutely.
Just
We
a
still
little.
don't hear you.
I'm not muted.
Yes,
Oh,
coming,
okay.
but you need to come a bit, it's soft. On your side, probably. Can you put up the sound?
Yeah, I do. So better?
It's still a bit
It's
soft.
weird.
Okay. Yeah, just checking in shortly. Anya here from Germany and putting a little bit. Is better? No.
When you lean into the computer like that, then it is better. I think lean into where the keyboard is.
So I'm speaking in. Yeah, not to take that much time. So also I'm in the space of what we created yesterday, co-creation and everything. So also on our invitation, new people came in, and it was very beautiful to see how light and dark is responding and getting into resonance and vibration into people, and really say, okay, yes, there's darkness, but I'm light, so I'm there. I'm just there. So also having the what I feel, and I invited Momo, so he's a friend of mine, which I know from years before. So um, like as if we needed it, we got a confirmation that what we do, we are doing. So someone observed just what we're doing and said, okay, yes, that's it, and go for it. So it's like it's as if when we would have needed it, there had been some kind of a confirmation of somebody that did not know us, so could
Mm,
really feel
Right.
that out in the field. So for me, it's like I felt before a little bit of a like a squeezy moment of what is that what will show up. So is it our showing up and going public and going with this moment that we are also recognized publicly for what we're doing or something like that. So there was some kind of a thought in my mind to that, and just do our work, and whoever will show up will show up. So it had been all of that yesterday a little bit, and I had been, and if we can spend a little bit on that, it's an occurrence which is really close to me today. So we have a holiday today. It's our new holiday which we celebrate in Germany since a few years. So it's our togetherness between East and West, which we celebrate after the wars. So I spent a little bit in that healing moment we had yesterday and shared a little bit about that, because I feel that it's something which is really there actually in Germany, and which we celebrate, yes, but is it really there? So if we can spend a little bit of a healing moment and focus on that, because it's today and we celebrate on that. And if we really can go into that, beside all what I think we have as bioregions and things like that, really go with the flow, what is really today. And I'm sitting with that a little bit. Um, and yeah, so what really is separation and being together, and where's the scratch that is still there and needs some kind of a healing, so really energy can flow through and be there. So that's where I am, and what when we can do it, I think we can spend a little bit of that, what I would name collective memory, which we have, but we are able to bridge that in ceremony.
wonderful invitation. Yeah. When we arrived, or yesterday when we were here, there's a tour going on from the Spiral Dynamics Integral group before the conference that starts on Friday. And they passed through here, the house, and had dinner here and a conversation with us because their theme was education. And we are being recognized as educators and working in education. And also I happened to yesterday witness the Loving Classroom session with a group of kids in a school here. So that was all fitted very well. And there, Rika Viljoen, who is organizing the conference, she was speaking about boundaries and how we cross over, and that there are boundaries all the time, everywhere. So it fits very nicely, Anya, with the conversation we were having yesterday as well. So yes, great to give some focus to Germany. For me, I don't know how the rest feels, but for me, that's right. The only pragmatic thing is we have to define the time slots for 10-10 ceremony, but I think we can do that either now quickly or at the end. Given your sharing already, that we just continue with that. How does that feel?
Yeah, I think that's really acknowledging the light. I think it's very powerful. So I'd certainly love to hear what it feels like for you, Anya, and just what that consciousness is like.
Yeah, to me also, it's really interesting that this boundary aspect also in children. I had a lot of conversations about that lately since I was in the tribe. If you can be in a tribe without boundaries, if you can be in a school teaching children without boundaries, and where are the boundaries then? So that was where this is constantly with me this last 2 months. So I really would like the metaphor from East and West, and also for me that's connecting to Mikhail Gorbachev, and with that to Jim Garrison and people who have been architecting this for or making being the openness to make this happen. Let's say it like that. So I'm very curious to go in whatever we are going to meet here. And I'm fine with 8 o'clock in the evening for the 10:10. So this is my proposal.
I do feel that something had been already talked about, the 10-10, so there was a little bit of a thread maybe which could just be closed. So I do feel that.
Okay, so we close that first. Okay.
Yeah.
So we are speaking about the 10-10 bi-regional activation ceremony or celebration ceremonies. And how, when we were now only speaking about the time slot. When do we do it? And acknowledging that Amelie is holding the space to keep weaving the golden thread, connecting it, as we have been speaking about before. I won't be there, neither in the morning, because then I'm just flying in from South Africa, and neither in the evening, because I will be landing at home in family context. So for me, I'll just be the messenger to the others, but for the rest, well, they're in our Bridging Continents thread actually, so they can see it there. And we were just, because I don't have the, I didn't yet hear from Adriana and Eshna if they really wanted to be joining us, because that would be, that for that it would be needing to do it at 8 o'clock. but we can decide here whether we just want to stick to our time here for this time and see how we can do something on the 11th, that we can include more people from the other side of the ocean, or go to 8 o'clock. So, Anja, what's your... Go ahead, just speak, please.
I'm fine with that, with 8 o'clock. And it just came to my mind that maybe it might be also a kind of preparation from my side for that, what I could bring in also as a pre-recorded thing. And I'm just thinking on my mother drum, which is a horse. So I'm just thinking on that, which is just called in as an energy. I will let sink that in, but I will drop that here already. And a question that came to my mind is, I realized that last time when I think Suzanne mentioned, oh, I want to bring in this one here, and I want to bring this one here, and then invite them, and da-da-dum. So it was like an expanding moment, which had been, when we speak about boundaries, a little bit made in a certain shape of those that set up the call. And then it evolved that within the call, it expanded in itself. And those that attended then also brought in their energies of that what they bring in. That confused me a little bit. So if we could spend a little bit on that to silence my confusion, which I had with the call and who to bring in and which shape to frame or reframe, that would be nice for me to have. Thank you.
Should I just say something about that? So this was the first time we were coming out as in this context with this ceremony, and that's as Bridging Continents. And the people that were there were all Bridging Continents Council people. First, it was going to be much larger even, but then that was cancelled. And then I said, let's do it ourselves as Bridging Continents. Let's come out and show and share and show up the first time as we are. And then we can continue to go on and weave all kinds of other people, whatever. But to take this momentum to really share how this has happened over time and where we are now. So to keep it in that sense, and we were with a lot of us, to keep it with ourselves as we were. And that's why and we spoke about that. And there was an acknowledgement that we felt that that was a good idea. So that confirmed for me also the importance of doing that. And that's also when Juliette somehow invited me to also share a little bit. And that's why I also started with sharing where this has come from for me. So it was really dedicated to honor the journey and where we are, and with the people that had prepared this together. So it did not feel for me appropriate to then go along with Suzanne. That would be bringing in a lot of people, which would be also taking up a lot of time. That meant that we would have to totally readjust it. And also, we're not so much coming from this kind of context at that moment, as we had been preparing it, but bringing it in actually to promote their upcoming events, because that's what she was wanting to, as far as I understood in her briefing, that's what she wanted to share. That was not what we were doing. We were sharing how we are celebrating these momentums, starting in July, August, and for some of you, you do this every month already for years, and how we did that. So very different in that sense, intention, than what she was suggesting. So what I just asked her was, let's do that next time or in another case, but not in the way this was set up. Does that help, Anja?
Yes, and I think I posed that question because I think for me it was still in the air. and maybe a kind of a call, which could open up that for the 10th. I don't know. But if we still in the shape of being in this honoring our journey, and I do feel that we are still in that honoring in the step of honoring our journey. So it's a little bit, and I saw Annelie's contact. So what a border of a bioregion. So if we want to give strength on that what is already there, then we have that as a focus. So that's, I think, for me, very clear actually at the moment. And thank you for the words you spent on that again, maybe. But
No worries, no worries.
Thank you.
Let it be clear. Let it be clear.
Wow.
Yes.
So it's also in a little bit maybe coming with that with where I am. When I am a German, I am part of Europe, I am connected to the world, and from where do I spread my energy, or which is coming in from there? So in which position is this type of precise like acupuncture point what you're doing, so it always goes this way or that way, so we are connected. So which energy are we give strength to? And I really feel that the strength is now coming from the bottom to bring that out, and not only to bring in. So that's what it feels actually for me now today.
I mean,
Hello, wonderful ladies.
Do we feel we need, before Marilyn checks in, do we feel we need to say anything else about what I just shared and spoke about? Or can we continue?
We have to bridging continents, that's for sure. And if there's not coming at 8 o'clock or new information from you, Anne-Marie, that other people would like to join the celebration, that's it. Then we do it within Bridging Continents morning session. And if you post in the meantime that they want really to share, we make it 8 o'clock or another time what you find out.
Okay.
I'm in for both. I'm there. I feel committed for 10:10.
Thank you. And do we need am I hearing, did I also hear Anya and also Amelie that you both have some sense of what you would like to be doing? So will you be looking a little bit into the design or whatever we do, or do we just show up? Or
For me, the drum showed up, which
we can't hear you. Stay
Okay.
closer.
Yeah, the drum showed up as an entity which already showed up, so I do have to call her, and I will see if I prepare something, so a little bit design, but I will know that by Sunday, so not a short term, so it's a little bit, I think latest this Sunday I will know. And
But are you speaking about a design for your own showing up, or are you speaking about how you can hold the space like Juliet did the last time for what we're doing?
Yeah, holding space. Holding space.
Okay, so good.
Just to make a clarification for me, I am under the impression that Amelie is holding that space already. But maybe this can have some clarity then. I thought that Amelie said that she would
do the 10-10
space for the 10-10 and also take the role of Juliet. So just to make sure that
that's clear.
Yeah.
Amelie, is that what feels true for you? Because if that's the case, then
Yeah, I was in that feeling, but also co-create with one of two of us to design the moment.
So with Anya.
Yeah.
Does that also fit Anya? Totally. Okay, good. Okay, so we leave it up to you two to call on us in whatever way you want to be calling on us, knowing that I'm speaking of us as us, but not me present in really there. Oh, Anja.
Sorry, Anja. I feel that a confusion here. And I see it's 11:11 that you share that. So that might be really true what you say there. I did not catch that. I might only be my own preparation. So, so what is it?
And then I can be the space holder for you, Anja. That's also fine. Just let it be the call. Just feel what's there.
Well, I also believe this, sorry to come in, but is important for bioregions to really, we have grounded it now, but it's really subtle grounded because it was the first time. And for this second time, we also need some, well, it's the confirmation of the first time in a way. So I feel that it would be lovely to have some design. So where we all can step in that we know what we are stepping in. And that's different than it can be that we say, okay, it's a ceremony and we will see. It's around bioregions. It's fine with me, but I also feel that it would be lovely since this is this 1 month opportunity to build something around bioregions for each of us. So this is why I also put in the chat, maybe we can connect that moment, 1010, the dissolving of borders and what it means to bioregions. Since what are bioregions anyway in the bioregions? Do we have any borders over there, or are these this what I feel? This is my border, or this is my love for my hometown, or for the water, or whatever. So this is how I meant that, and I'm just offering this as a clarification, since I probably won't be there, but that would help for me to bring it to the ground firmly.
Well, for me, I saw my part as the starting of the ceremony, just to connect there from what you are now saying, like the golden thread, like a short relaxation, connecting to that real point where you are and where you are connected, and where from there we all are connected on Earth. Earth has no boundaries. And this is a short, like, let's say, 5 minutes to bring us all there before some sharing or whatever is the design, like Lisa did yesterday evening for you, Annelies. So I will bring in just that vibration. That is what I feel I can do. I can do even every time when I'm there, on every 11, 11, 12, 12, etc. It's just a small part.
Yes,
My
it's setting
call of the golden thread.
setting the frequency, opening
Yes.
the relaxation.
Yes.
I like the idea that we build upon what we started, right? And bring more clarification and expand out, because last time it was very short. And if we take like one, for example, the boundaries is such a beautiful topic because boundaries often were artificially set. But even in micro regions, if we have micro climates or micro um, um, ecosystems, right? They don't have strong edges. They have edges that flow within into the other. There is always this exchange, this education about each other. So maybe that would be a nice way I can bring in and just talk about that and how that works. That we can stay a little bit in the bioregions, but still also share what we have to bring. I think that's a great idea. And maybe even examples, right? So we can use what textbooks, but I like that what came. I mean, when I speak, it suddenly arrives, right? For many of us, that we share specifics from our regions and then connect them to other specific regions. I think that will be then the shamanic, the healing of connectivity that again.
Yeah, I love that. That in me or in us, the ownership, the responsibility for our bioregion evolves through us, that we really get access to that, and that we also can maybe act that out locally as we that maybe not see that quite specifically now in front of us, because some people might be connected to an eco village or something, or are in this business for a long time. But for me, I feel very connected, but I feel also alone in that locally. So this is also what I feel like, oh, can I reach out to people? Of course, I know that, but it's not like I feel 100% responsible for that yet. So this is also what comes with, yeah, um, going deeper in what my bioregion is, or what the bioregion is that is around me. So just wanted to add that.
Just checking in with Lynn. Do you know if Shanda's doing anything?
I can't be 100% about that.
Okay.
But I will be part of you, because I've already said that, I didn't last time. I couldn't, I was trying to, but I have, said that I won't be, because somebody else can do what I was doing anyway. It got to the point where I found I was doing most things and I had to get my own boundaries sorted. So, yeah, discipline myself, discipline as well. So, yeah. So I'm sure they will do something, but of course that's 6 hours behind and 8 hours behind. So behind Europe. So not that not that helps with me saying that, but
No, it does. It's okay. Doesn't matter. It's all fine. And welcome, and happy to have you here, as you know.
Thank you. Yes, and I because last time I wasn't sure what you were doing. So, but this time I know what I can do to contribute with the bioregion in the south of England. So, I'd like to do that next time, and the energy of that. And have you finished doing that? Because I was going to say about Unity Earth last night. If you were,
No, I just want to say one more thing, also referring to the question that Annelies is asking. I don't think so much that it's about boundaries. Yes, I was being asked to set clearer boundaries the last time. But for me, I hope that it's clear. If we come from our intention, then the boundaries are actually given by that intention, in a sense of where, if our intentions are all aligned somehow deeper, that we want to celebrate as an activation point this bioregional approach, knowing that there's a long journey to go ahead and there are all kinds of ways, but this is a ceremonial celebration. And out of that, all kinds of things can be activated. And that is, in my view, there, if you come with a different type of intention, then there's a boundary, because our agreement is that we come from that same intention. If you're showing up from that intention with saying, I want to bring people in that are coming, that there's no boundary in this case now because these calls are open. In essence. But that time it was in a specifically designed, intentional way, and that's where I set the boundaries. But for now, I think it's about our intention, how we do it. It's not a stage to promote all kinds of things. That's a different intention than what I hear you all speaking about and what resonates for me in this phase. I can imagine at a certain point we say, oh, it's time now that we really create a stage where we can share things or whatever. But that's not what I'm hearing, where the energy and the longing is now, here in this moment. So, yeah, that's what I would say about boundaries for here and what we do on the 10th. Yeah.
I feel also there is a strong pull to bottom the European.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
But I see only not Hasina as I see us, where I was very concentrated on the failure where is my summer house, where there was in the past the gatherings from tribes from England, Germany, Scandinavian, France, and I have studied that. So the streams, as we are in and the bridging continents, of course, we will connect with other continents, but it is still a pull for me to honor and celebrate bioregions, activate Europe.
Yes, absolutely. It's also the big teaching that came out of Palenque. Again and again, they say, Europe, do your homework. Do your homework and then be strong whilst you're here, because now you're actually connecting or coming into all kinds of things of us, and you need to stand in your own agency. Find your own roots, find your own things.
Yes.
So that's
I feel that very strongly when also with the Kiva and then when we gather, do we have a song? Do we have ways to do ceremony? We cannot copy only the ways of the ones from far away. What is the European way of celebration?
I would like to share something. It's very an experience that I had. I got invited to a friend to come for a weekend because she had a shaman come in. Now, what I learned then, he was 82, had a vision in South America. He came from Peru. He was one of the head South American shamans. So he had a vision to come to Germany. And he didn't know where to go. At the end, after 4 weeks in Germany and traveling around with a translator into Spanish and to German, ended up in my friend's place. And what his reason was for coming in his vision that he saw with 82, and the first time even traveling to Europe, was that the Germans, he wanted that the women reactivate their old ancient ways of connecting and bringing in energy and communicate with their ancient sacred sites. I found that very eye-opening. I had that feeling since I'm a little girl, somehow out of wherever I was, things were coming together that, that we find our ways again, and they have been destroyed. We know that 2,000, 8,000 years ago. And to bring that back up, so I think that is a wonderful idea, because what we also bring here, it influences anything else on our timeline, right? Even in Africa, there's so many they have not lived many of their ancientness. So that will be wonderful to bring that out and maybe also inspire all other cultures or countries to bring out what is the ancient source and to go back far enough. And yes, so I just thought that was a beautiful story to what Amelie shared. And
that is a beautiful story. And I think it ties in with Anne-Marie used the word essence. And I think instead of using the words boundaries, because it really isn't about that, it's about essence, like who are we, deepest intentions. It's like when we go to the Unity Earth Call on those who go on Wednesday nights, you feel that essence of Unity Earth, and it's beautiful and it's wonderful. And you know that when you come into that space, that's what you're going to feel. And, every space has a different feeling. And here's Bridging Continents, and this is our essence. And it's not about who comes or who doesn't come. It's about when they come into the space, they feel who we are, our intention, our essence. And as we get that, as we finding that as a group, we're just gathering as a group and grounding that essence into us and coming from there. And then it's not about who comes or who doesn't come or anything to do with boundaries. It's just that they'll experience something that they can count on. That is that intention and that essence. So that's how I feel about it. And yes, Africa and Europe, I think Africa is so tied into Europe for so many reasons. And this is the connection point.
I like to clarify that the word boundaries might be really firm, or in the words of Mylin. So I love the inquiry into what that really is, a boundary, and if we need that in our lives and how that works in education. It's so much everywhere connected. And I also do not want to say that it seems now that by phrasing it that I believe in boundaries myself. So I live quite boundaryless, and there is also this part of if everything becomes fluid, then there is also this oneness, but I'm always wondering if I can live this while I'm here in earth in form. So this is what is also connected to that, and this is my inquiry. And also now taking care of the body means that I'm taking care of some kind of a boundary. So if I go in fluid, then I can do that, but then I'm not treating my body well, something like that. So this is what I really like us to inquire in. And this is also where my questions come from. If I ask these questions, I really mean them to lift this, like, okay, how we look at this. And it's not like I want to make a statement or something like, so that I'm heard well in that. So this is also what are boundaries of our 1010? Are there any boundaries? So it's really like that. Do we have boundaries? Or do we want boundaries? Are we conscious of boundaries? Or exactly as what you just said, Hasina, yes, it's so well, it's a lovely inquiry. So this is what I just wanted to add to that.
So I'm looking at the time, and I feel there are two things that I would love to just spend a few minutes on. One is sending Amelie's healing energy and together, and also perhaps inviting her to somehow embrace the antibiotics that you're taking in, because taking them in whilst you're pushing them away, then it's only negative and it doesn't have any value. So how can we help you to ask the antibiotics to do what they need to be doing and nothing more than that? to get you back into your strength and not let the Lyme totally connect into everything, and offer you the strength for that. And then there is the question also of Anya around the celebration of uniting Germany. So maybe we can do 2 little moments where we can also, we didn't really go deeply into it now, Anya, but we could perhaps send some energy to help soften the scratches that are there in whatever way we can. But you can pose that at that moment. Shall we just start with offering Annelies some healing energy, and then Anya, maybe you can invite us into what we could be intentionally offering you and Germany in that celebration. So let's first just offer Annelies loving, healing energy and power for your own body to also heal. Take it a bit longer.
Oh, it's done.
That was really well received. Thank you so much. I could really sense that.
Yeah, thank you for this opportunity and opening up what yesterday already opened up in me. And I do feel that also Maylin shared a little bit about what had been within me. So this opportunity which we are having as a time quality of today, which is not only a holiday and you don't have to work. So it's a special day, and the celebration of this very moment changed one day from June to today. So really this falling of a wall between 2 sides of a former connected land. And I'm very much in that energy when I'm in that sense of bioregion and thinking and bringing in energies as I'm doing. Yeah, Annelies just is writing. Some of us can remember that, and some people don't have any memory of that. So it's already history. It's already a memory, and but some really do remember that and the efforts of those people. And what is in me, I do want to do honor those that made it possible to yeah to keep the vision, to keep a vision of unity, and to have the strength to walk it through with also loss and identity frictions and everything that is coming with it. And it's not solved. There are scars still we do pay taxes for that still to recover things. And now the East is more advanced in architecture than the West and things like that, like infrastructure and things. So we do feel that still. And when I think on my drum, just to put that also in as an energy in, this drum had been born at the river, at the shores of the river Rhine. So the Rhine from here is like we really mentioned, and that it's a natural border which you have to cross and take efforts to cross a water, and which we did, and where people just set borders, became France, became British, became American sector, and things like that. So we do have that, and I really want us to spend a little moment of unity, where nature maybe gives us a moment of not having boundaries, but feeling differences between forest and water and grass and things, and just feel into a very moment which I want to share when I had been of one of those ships that cross the shores of the Rhine, because we don't have bridges everywhere. And then just a gentle deer swam with us from one side to the other side. And that's what I want to bring in, as when we see the messages, then we find the ways to cross it. And maybe what mankind did had not been the best. Maybe that what others and plants and things did was not the best. And a lot of fighters and war games had been also, there had been help from all over the world, from Africa, from Morocco, all over. People came here and stood in for that, what they called peace at that very moment. And I give great thanks for all that gave their lives and are still here, just to be recognized for a moment. And we're still on the way. We're still on the way. We're still on the way. That's what I do feel really deeply within me. And I give great thanks for all that we bridge still. Maybe follow the gentle deer, just cross the waters. Give ceremony somewhere in the Alps or somewhere in the north, and give great thanks for all those souls that still wait to be carried back to the sea. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So a photo,
Oh, yes.
a photo, and a
can we-
one-word checkout, and the rest will go in the chat.
Okay. Smile, everyone.
I check out with this. It became for me in the last times a very holy sacred thing to do. May peace prevail on earth.
Healing.
Gratitude.
Love.
Expansion.
Joy.
I'm just carrying a stone, which you might see a little bit when I put it on the camera.
Mm-hmm.
And it does have
The heart.
those different things in it. It's like an aura. It's like stripes, a little bit like,
The heart.
yeah.
I see a heart.
Yeah, so it's carrying different things in it, and also that would how it came. So condensed water and salt and shapes and things. So the word which is coming with it is always changing shape.
Shape, shape, yes. Thank you.
Lovely.
I need to add the word womb.
May it serve you well, Annelies. Okay. Well, bye from South Africa.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Post it. I'm so curious what you're all up to.
Oh,
Hi, everyone.
Okay, bye.
I like to sit with you on that same couch.
We'll hold that intention that we all do
Yes.
that one of these days. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.